is about to send in the feds to raid California after what they just declared. Trump means business. Ever since President Trump took office, he has been focusing on immigration reform. Whether you think it is good or bad, no one can deny that reform is happening. The Trump administration made it clear they are focusing on removing criminal illegal aliens and cracking down on border crossings, which has been evident in the increased numbers of arrests and detainments as well as the increase in federal employees being hired. Now immigration law enforcement officials are going to have more work on their hands now that certain cities are refusing to comply with federal law and making themselves sanctuary cities and states. Now immigration law enforcement officials are going to have more work on their hands seeing that certain cities are refusing to comply with federal law and declaring themselves sanctuary cities and states. The new statewide sanctuary law that protects illegal aliens in California has led the director of the nation's immigration enforcement to announce the agency will have no choice but to continue doing workplace and neighborhood immigration raids. ICE Acting Director Tom Homan noted that Governor Jerry Brown's actions have placed Californians in danger and has undermined public safety. Furthermore, his actions have stopped Immigration and Customs Enforcement from conducting their federally mandated mission. In a statement released on their website, Homan stated the following. Governor Jerry Brown's decision to sign SB 54 and make California a sanctuary state for illegal aliens, including those who have committed crimes, will undermine public safety and hinder ICE from performing its federally mandated mission. The governor is simply wrong when he claims otherwise. SB 54 will negatively impact ICE operations in California by nearly eliminating all cooperation and communication with our law enforcement partners in the state, voiding the delegated authority that the Orange County Sheriff's Office has under the 287 grams program, and prohibiting local law enforcement from contracting with the federal government to house detainees. ICE will have no choice but to conduct at-large arrests in local neighborhoods and at work sites, which will inevitably result in additional collateral arrests, instead of focusing on arrests at jails and prisons where transfers are safer for ICE officers and the community. ICE will also likely have to detain individuals arrested in California in detention facilities outside of the state, far from any family they may have in California. Ultimately, SB 54 helps shield removable aliens from immigration enforcement and creates another magnet for more illegal immigration, all at the expense of the safety and security of the very people it purports to protect. Despite the severe challenges that this law creates for ICE, we remain committed to our public safety mission and we will continue to do our sworn duty to seek out dangerous criminal aliens and other immigration violators. ICE seeks straightforward cooperation with all sheriffs and local elected officials. This misguided legislation will severely undermine those efforts. Homan was also concerned about how this law basically makes it so that local law enforcement does not have to cooperate with federal law enforcement at all, which greatly inhibits their scope of work. Something the Trump administration is also concerned about and has taken an interest in. He stated the following. ICE will have no choice but to conduct at-large arrests in local neighborhoods and at work sites, which will inevitably result in additional collateral arrests, instead of focusing on arrests at jails and prisons where transfers are safer for ICE officers and the community. ICE will also likely have to detain individuals arrested in California in detention facilities outside of the state, far from any family they may have in California. This new law allows federal law enforcement officials to only interview and arrest detainees from local facilities if they have an arrest warrant. Something that will add more work and more time to their plate because seeking and detaining a warrant from a judge takes more time. It will also not allow immigration holds whereby Immigration and Customs Enforcement will ask local jails and prisons to keep a prisoner after the person would be released. This allows ICE officials to be given more time to respond to the situation and take these illegal aliens into custody. Frank Shari, Executive Director of America's Voice Education Fund stated, "The California Values Act is a stinging rebuke to the nativism of President Trump and his drive to deport millions. Trump and Sessions are determined to bully state and local jurisdictions into turning immigrants over to ICE even though it diverts law enforcement from protecting the public. With this and other steps, California is declaring that it wants no part in aiding and abetting Trump's deportation force. This is just yet another example of the conflict between more progressive states and the conservative Trump administration. Attorney General Jeff Sessions, ICE, and the Trump administration have made it clear they do not support sanctuary cities and they expect local law enforcement to comply with federal authorities. Whereas local liberal authorities have refused to do so, feeling that these legal regulations are a form of ethnic discrimination against people who came to the United States.